TF2 Goldrush is a source mod that emulates what TF2 used to be. Less weapons, less maps, less bloat. I was excited for this mod to come out, and so were a lot of other people. It felt like a breath of fresh air to finally play a simple game in its classic form. However, after playing the game for a few days, I've formed my own opinions. This video has been made not to bring down the mod creators, but to instead highlight some key things that I feel cannot be ignored. Let's start with the good things about it. The mod feels great to play. Opening the game and getting to a server is infinitely faster than base TF2. It feels nice no longer having to wait for the matchmaker to put me to a Singapore server, or a game that is about to end. On top of that, the devs have clearly tidied up the models and lighting, making the mercs look lovely. The majority of the community-hosted servers have RTV and Team Scramble implemented in them. This allows for teams to be balanced and it feels very one-sided. I think a lot of effort was put into this mod. With that being said, let's talk about my issues with it. My first issue is the design choices that the mod implemented. The weapons picked are apparently only the items that fit seamlessly into TF2's world, which I find contradictory. Items like the Islander were excluded, whilst the Scottish Resistance was not, despite coming out the same update. The Gunslinger and Southern Hospitality were not included, whilst the Frontier Justice was, despite also being in the same update. To quote, "We want veteran players who remember TF2's early days to feel right at home, with nothing pulling them out of that familiar experience." But if they truly want this, how does removing certain weapons help? Would this not confuse some people? By removing a lot of these weapons, it also removes a lot of playstyles. Subclasses are one of the things that fundamentally make TF2 as fun as it is. In no other game can you rocket jump as a soldier with a shovel, or charge at someone with a sword and shield. That's what makes TF2 so fun. And unfortunately, a lot of that joy has been cut out. This idea makes zero sense when you look at it closely. Why can something like a bow and arrow fit into the TF2 world, but not something like an Islander, which is just a sword, or the shield? On top of this, there have been some other random removals, such as the removal of auto reload. It makes no sense to remove it. The mod creators have not communicated where they draw the line very well. From what I can gather, the removal of certain items have been done to protect the art style. The phrase, "this does not match the art style," gets thrown around a lot in modern TF2 discourse. But what does this actually mean? Basically, if something is too wacky, doesn't fit the time period or the character lore, it does not fit the art style. This argument holds strong for a lot of the newer content and maps added into the game. But when it comes to weapons, this argument really falters. Weapons weren't added into the game willy-nilly on a seasonal update. They were added into the game for a purpose, either to release alongside an update, or to advance the game's lore. For example, Sniper vs Spy, or the War update. The mod creators have this opinion. If an item is classic and feels like something TF2's original art team would sign off on, it belongs. Anything that clashes too much with the game's established characters, style, or tone won't make the cut. My issue with this statement is that the original art team did sign off on a lot of the weapons. I mean, just look at this art! To summarize, I wished the mod creators would communicate more as to why certain things were not added into the game. This is a very different type of video than what I usually make. So, yeah. Bye-bye.